Hello, good day. Today I will look into the area of Straits Time Index sector area. The sector I'm looking at is industrial REIT. It will consist of Ascendas, Mapletree Logistic, Mapletree Industrial, and Fraser Logistic. So let's go. So we'll look into the list of STI index and also the REITs industry. We'll look into the counter that I think is the stronger one. And then we will look into the earning announcement date, some of the analysts' recommendation and their price target as well. I will also look in and what is my position and what's next. So in here you can see that the list of Straits Time indices. I went through the banking sector on DBS, OCBC and UOB. In fact, I've been doing some trade on that. But of course, from some of my viewers, they are also asking about Singapore side. So I started to do Singapore around in July this year. And then I'll be also looking into a different sector. So today my focus will be on the industrial REIT, as you can see. So the four of them here, the add-on weightage will not be even more than, UOB. UOB is at 11%. I think for the four of the industrial rate is about 7.2%. So in terms of the industrial rate performance comparison, I think Ascendas itself have been trading in around this range. There was a drop, but it was able to rebound very fast to go back into the range trading areas. And if we look into logistic trust and industrial, logistic trust was not able to recover back, and industrial itself was also trading lower. And for industrial, there is two different trading range, and today it just managed to go back into the second trading range. As for Fraser Logistic, you can see there's a sharp drop from here. Basically, I believe in the fundamental will give us some information. If we look into cash flow on the fundamental side, I think Ascendas is strong, increasing, and they also have a higher free cash flow. And if we look into Mapletree Logistic, I think they have an improvement here. So therefore, it's relatively quite holding the price as well. And as for the industrial trust itself, was maintaining for the last 2 years to be around this region. And as for Fraser, you can see that although the revenue, the cash flow for operating activity have maintained, but the free cash flow have indeed actually dropped. So in here, you will see that in terms of the last trade price of the four industrial REIT, and most of the analysts have talked about a buy, except for industrial, there's one hold. And looking into the Ascendas is giving about 5.82%, and Mapletree Logistic about 5.87%. So the REITs have to give a above percentage of dividend that's higher than Singapore bond or treasury bond, which is roaming about 4%. So if you look into industrial, it's giving about 6.19%, and for Fraser, there was a drop from last year of 7.26% to 6.7%. So if the cash flow is free cash flow is reduced, then of course the dividend given to investor and shareholder will be also reduced. So looking into the target given by the different brokerage and bank, for instance, DBS have a buy at 3.4, which is for Ascendas, and then you have a buy for Logistic Trust about 1.88. And then for Mapletree Industrial, a buy as well for 2.6. And of course, Fraser Logistic, a buy as well at 1.44. Okay. So for this four industrial, definitely I will be looking into Ascendas rate, but I have not been buying any of this rate for the last 1 to 2 years because the projection was interest rate then in 2021 for me will be longer and also higher up to 5%. And I'm thinking also as well for interest rate, there is a possibility of reduction in second half of next year. So let's look into the price action of industrial rate. You can see that for Ascendas cut in October 2021, the first green line, and cut the red line as well. Over here, both line was cut, the cross was done here. in July to October timeframe of 2022. Similarly for Mapletree, it cut here the first time in near to late 2021, and the crossover was done in October. So Mapletree Industrial cut both the moving average at a later time than Ascendas. Looking at Fraser Logistics, it was holding pretty strong. I think the reason of the free cash flow of fundamental change that result in a cross and also a cut as well in April this year. So you can see once it cut, the price regression have been quite strong. I would definitely look for a formation to be formed at Fraser Logistics before I actually take an position in it. As for Mapletree Logistics, the cut was here and then the crossover was in October as well, very similar to Mapletree Industrial. So whether I took a position in logistics or industrial, I will depend also on the shipping rate that's going to come in during that point of time. So my trading setup will be firstly Ascendas, then follow on logistics, and then follow on Fraser Logistics and Industrial Trust. That means if I go into Ascendas, I may sell it, and then I will move and consider whether to take a position into logistics, Mapletree Logistics, and then recycle the money that came back into Fraser. So some of my position that I have done on the STI indices stock, we started in July, was OCBC, open in 7 July, closed at 13. Hansing Tech was 24 July and then closed on 1st August. Recently, I have a OCBC open at 21 September and closed at 10 November. I still have an open position for Lion OCBC, Hansing Tech. I'll put some of the video behind why I'm buying this stock. And basically, I'm looking into Hansing for Chinese stock where President Xi and also Biden going to meet. If that meeting is going to come up with good result, which I think US side is also looking for good cooperation from China, then I believe that Hansing side will have some flight. And that's where I will unload my position and start to look into new position to work on. So for OCBC, the buy price was 12.58, the sell price was 12.97. I have another position as well, so it was sold as well. So typically for me, I'm more into US stock trading, for instance, and these are very short-term trading. So that's where I did not really put a lot of the short-term trading into my sharing, because those are more risky and I need to monitor the platform very closely. So you can see that I bought some MFAs at 3:30 a.m. and then I sold at 10:30. So I hope you like the sharing. I'll coming up with some more content as I do some trading along the way. And please do subscribe and like and share this video as well. Happy trading and thank you.